Hello again, welcome back to Saxon Math, Intermediate 5. This is Lesson 3. In Lesson 3, we are using money to illustrate place value. So our goals for today, our objectives are to use money amounts to represent place value. That means we're going to use different money, different bills to show us how to represent place value. We're going to write a number in its expanded form, and we're going to use digits to write a number given in expanded form. So we're going to write it out in words, and we're going to write it out in digits. Let's get started. First, we're going to work through our power-up. So remember, anytime that we're doing our math together, you want to have your math notebook ready and a pencil, of course. Remember that we don't do our math in pen because we want to be able to erase if we need to. Mistakes are part of learning, but we don't want a messy paper. So make sure you have your math notebook and a pencil, and then come on back. You can pause this video at any point so that you can add to your notes. Remember that we're going to use our notes later to refer back to, and there will be some tests that are open notebooks, so you want to make sure to be taking good notes all along the way. Before we start writing anything down, just go ahead and practice your count aloud. Pause the video and count up and down by tens, between 10 and 200, and then count up and down by hundreds between 100 and 2,000. Go ahead, and then come right back. All right, welcome back. Now we're going to move on to power up our mental math for today. So go ahead at the top of your paper, write Lesson 3, Power Up Mental Math. And then you can write the letters just like they're shown on the screen down the side of your paper. And go ahead and do the problems the best that you can. Remember, you want to include this in your submission today. Okay, now that you're done with your mental math, let's move on to our group problem solving that we will do together. How many two-digit counting numbers are there? That's our problem for today that we want to solve together. So remember, when our first step in problem solving is to understand the problem. And the very first question that we ask every time is, what are we asked to do? So what is it that you think we are asked to do? I see that we are asked to find the two-digit counting numbers. Pretty simple since it's only a one sentence question. How many two-digit counting numbers are there? All right. So in order to understand better, we will need to ask, what are the counting numbers? Remember that the counting numbers are the numbers that we say when we count up 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on to infinity. So how many two-digit counting numbers are there? That could be a long list. I'm sorry, I said to infinity, and so on is what I meant to say. Okay, so what kind of problem solving strategy can we use? We need to make a plan. We could list all of the counting numbers with two digits and then count all of those numbers in our list, but that would take too long. We don't have that long. Instead, we could use some logical reasoning to solve the problem. So go ahead and write that down. What kind of strategy can we use? We can use logical reasoning. Okay, we will use the information that we know to find the information that we're asked to look for. All right, now it's time to solve. So go ahead and write solve down on your paper. So you have plan and then solve. Okay, solve is where we carry out our plan. What could we do? What is the greatest two-digit counting number? Go ahead and think about that for just a second. What is the greatest two-digit counting number? Well, the greatest two-digit counting number is 99. Because the next number is what? The next number is 100, and that now has 3 digits. So we know our greatest two-digit counting number is 99. All right, suppose then you listed all of the counting numbers from 1 to 99. How many numbers would you list? Well, you would list 99, right? That's a lot of numbers. But there are 9 counting numbers that only have 1 digit. So we just need to subtract 90 from 99 to figure out how many 2-digit counting numbers there are. That's how our plan to solve our problem. So we would put, to solve our problem, we're going to put 99 minus 9 because there's 9 1-digit counting numbers, right? And then we would find out how much that equals, and we would have what? We would have 90. Okay, there are 90 2-digit counting numbers. Now, the last step when we problem solve is always to check our work. So we want to go back and we want to say, did we complete the task? How many 2-digit counting numbers are there? Yes, we found an answer. So we did complete the task. Now we want to ask, is our answer reasonable? Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable because we used good logic to figure it out. And then how did using logical reasoning help us to solve the problem? Well, we were able to figure out the possibilities, okay, how many numbers, and then subtract the ones that were just 1 digit. So we used some logical reasoning. Very good. All right, we are done with our problem solving today. Great job. Moving on. Here's some vocabulary I would love for you to add to your notes. This is called place value. Write that down. Place value. Place value is the value of a digit based on its position within a number. For example, in this number we have 4,618, and each number has 1 place. The 4 is in the thousands space, the 6 is in the hundreds space, the 1 is in the tens place, and the 8 is in the ones place. Go ahead and add that to your notes so that you can come back and look at it if you need to. All right. Each digit in a number has a place value. The value of a digit depends on its place or its position in the number. We identify the value of the digits in a number when we write the number in expanded form. Expanded form is a way of writing a number that shows the value of each digit. We can use money to illustrate this. Let's go on and figure it out. Okay, there's expanded form. Go ahead and write that out in your notes. Expanded form is a way of writing a number that shows the value of each digit. So here's our normal form, right, that we just looked at, 4,618. But when we write in expanded form, we're going to write 4 times 1,000, because remember that the 4 is in the thousands place, plus 6 times 100, because 6 is in the hundreds place, plus 1 times 10, because the 1 is in the tens place, and 8 times 1, because 8 is in the ones place. Go ahead and add that to your notes. You can pause if you need more time. Here we can see illustrated with money. We have all of these dollar bills in our ones place. And then there is nothing in our tens or hundreds. So we have 12 $1 bills in our picture. We can use fewer bills to represent 12 by exchanging 10 of the $1 bills for one $10 bill. Okay, let me show you. So we took out 10 and we moved the 10 over here to the 10 space, and we have 2 $1 bills left. But how much money do we have? We still have just $12. Nothing changed in the amount. We're just changing how we represent it. Okay? So now we could add 3 $100 bills into the hundred space, and we would have $312. Okay, here are your questions. How many $10 bills could we exchange for a $100 bill? Go ahead and write these answers in your book. How many $10 bills can we exchange for one $100 bill? Question 2. How much money is 12 $10 bills plus 16 $1 bills? And number 3, how much money is half of $3? Now remember, 3 is an odd number like we studied the other day. So you're not going to get a whole number. You're going to get a number with a fraction or a percent or a decimal. Okay, either way. But it will not be a whole number. All right. Now for lesson practice. Which digit in 365 shows the number of tens? Is it the 3, the 6, or the 5? Write your answer. So write lesson practice A and then write your answer. Lesson practice B. Use digits to write the number for 300 plus 5 tens. Use digits. That means you're going to use numbers. Letter C. How much money is $100 bill plus $10 bills plus 15 $1 bills? Go ahead and write your answer. And the last thing is your homework. Remember to do your homework, pages 19 through 21, numbers 1 through 30. Have a great day.